Name your target. Make them pay.
And welcome. Today's going to be a little bit of a laid-back stream. It's going to be different than what you're used to, I guess. And I have my sound up. You know, I don't usually the game sound. So if it starts to echo, please let me know, and I'll turn it down or off. But first of all, I see we have a few people in chat. Please say something, let me know who I have, and then we'll go ahead and get started. First, I do want to thank you guys for being very, very patient over the last week. Things have really been heating up here at home. My wife's sister's son, my nephew on her side, has recently, he's been diabetic for a few years, and we knew that, but we didn't realize that he just was not taking care of himself. Okay, so with that being said, he had to go in a couple days ago for emergency surgery, and they did a partial amputation, I guess is how you, I guess it's the best way of putting it, of one of his feet. And today they are going in to find out if they're going to go ahead and have to take the rest of the foot. It is a very good possibility that they, according to what we found out today, may even have to take the whole leg. So it is a very sad thing. It definitely is not something any of us want to ever have to deal with, but it is a very real possibility. Hey, William Larson, how's it going? Is the sound okay? No buffering? Everything looking good on your end? I'm hoping that you're having a great weekend. Normally I do my live stream, as I've said, I normally do it on Saturday, but man, yesterday was so hectic and busy that I'm lucky I even am online today, to be honest with you. It was just not one of the best days. Like I said, when you find out that a family member is losing their limbs, I mean, you know, for God's sake, it don't get no worse. Well, unless it's death, and then that would be worse. But again, my nephew on my wife's side was the one who had that. And then, of course, if you've ever watched any of my live streams over the last few months, or any of my videos actually, you'll know that my father-in-law has also been pretty sick himself, and therefore, with that being said, you'll know that he most likely you'll know that he was in the hospital up until almost a week ago. He was in the hospital for a week, and then they sent him home, and he's doing okay, I guess. He has his good days, his bad days. But, you know, that's the way it works with everybody, I guess. Now, I do have, and I've been spending a few hours today getting some videos ready to go out to you guys. And I have roughly 8 videos that will be hitting, one tonight and one every day for the next week. Now, coming up on Friday. Yes, Friday there will still be a video hit, but the big thing here is on Friday, here on this channel, we will be doing live stream of BlizzCon. Anything that is World of Warcraft related will be streamed on this channel live. So definitely, if you didn't get a virtual ticket of your own, be sure to tune in and we'll watch it together. I have a feeling we're going to get some pretty serious announcements coming up if in the next few days, at least on the first day. If I got it figured out, on the first day of BlizzCon, we're going to get it pounded with different announcements that are going to be epic. Also, for those of you who are used to my streams, I typically go and I'll go for an hour and a half, 2 hours, sometimes longer. Today I will only be streaming for 1 hour, so the stream will end at 7 o'clock. And the reason being, I'm trying to get on a regular schedule so that you guys know when I'm starting and when I'm ending. So that's definitely going to, I believe, make things easier for everybody. And also, it'll make it easier for me to keep everybody up to date on what's going on. But Kelly, welcome. Good to see you. I've not seen you in a few weeks, so very, very good to see you. Now, have any of you been paying attention to the 8.1 announcements that we've been getting? Because I feel that we're going to be seeing some very big things going on in 8.1. And I don't think it's necessarily what we believe it is. Okay, because right now, well, let's just take a look at the state of the Horde. Sylvanas has pissed off just everybody. Hardly anybody wanted to see the Tedrasil tree burn, but she did it anyway. And a lot of the Horde did not stand behind her. Sourfang did not stand behind her. And he has stood steadily behind each and every war chief we've ever had. He has stood beside them, behind them, and has given his support to every war chief we've ever had. And now, all of a sudden, he does not support the what Sylvanas is doing. And, you know, with good reason. With very, very good reason. Now, could it be that he is going to be a traitor? I don't know. Because in all honesty, I don't think he will. I will join what I can, as you know. I do work a lot. Yeah, definitely, William. Definitely. And also, the BlizzCon will not only be getting streamed on this channel, but I will be recording each and every panel and doing a reaction video to those panels. So, a lot going on the channel coming, well, within the next 2 weeks. This week, I'll be having a video every day, and starting on Friday, live streams for BlizzCon, and also videos of each and every live panel for BlizzCon as well. So if you don't get to see it on the live stream, be sure to check it out on the playback or on the videos. So there's a lot of different ways you can join and join in with all this. Now, William, have you been paying any attention to the 8.1? I know some people say that they've just not been looking into it, not been paying it any mind. They think it's all a bunch of hype that Blizzard is building, and they don't know if they can put any faith in it. Where do you stand on this? Do you believe or disbelieve? I guess is what I'm asking. That that we are truly at war, not only with the Alliance, but from what it seems, we're at war with each other. I mean, we've had the Alliance that we've always been at war with, obviously. But now we also have the Horde with an internal war, or what would have seemed to be one. Okay, so looks like we have... Oh wow, this one's easy. Okay, so... And guys, be sure to check out all of your emissary quests. Look, I mean, if you see here, I have a 355 emissary cache times 2 and a artifact power of 1,000 on one of those. So let's see what we get, if anything. Probably just cache. Okay. So, as I was saying, I've started to look into the 8.1, and I'm kind of starting to believe that it's all a setup. Okay. I believe that Blizzard, or rather Sylvanas, has set it up so that the Alliance believes everything is falling apart for the Horde. Now, why do I think this? Well, SI7 has been in Orgrimmar for quite some time. We've known it. We in fact didn't even let on like we knew what was going on, but it's been a well-known fact for quite some time that SI7 was there. Hold on. No, I haven't been working so much on my days off. I mostly sleep. Hey, man, I can definitely understand that. I used to work security myself, and when I worked security, there was very little time for me to do anything but work and sleep. And very little sleep at times, So I definitely can relate to where you're coming from. But, well, I'll give you a brief overlay, William. What's going on is, if you take a look at this thing with Sourfang, okay, Sourfang was not happy with Sylvanas at all. Not happy that she attacked Yggdrasil, and he held nothing back. He let her know that this was a dishonorable thing to do, and he did not support the decision. Well, Sylvanas, of course, being war chief, didn't need his support. She didn't need him to sign off on something in order to get it done. For God's sake, she's war chief. She does it anyway. What she says goes, not what he says. And long story of it is, as things have went on, of course, we've seen Sourfang in the stockades of Stormwind. Now, he turned himself in. It wasn't that he was captured. Okay, he turned himself in freely and was put in the stockades. But why? Was it that he just wanted to give up? He wanted an honorable death, he would hope that they gave it to him, or was there something a lot more? I'm believing there's a lot more to it.
There is a dangerous foe close
Now,
to you.
here's what I'm
trouble.
thinking. I believe that Sourfang was the Trojan horse. I believe he was the Trojan horse sent in by Sylvanas to the Alliance. If they killed him, he got his honorable death. But if they did not, then the Alliance had a spy in their area, as well as the spies that we have in ours from the Alliance. So it gave us even more footing. Okay. Now I believe this because, quite honestly, Sourfang has been in numerous wars. He has done, as he put it, a lot of things he was not proud of. He has killed women and children, and not once, never did he turn his back on the war chief at all. Never happened. Now, why would it happen now? Because of a tree burning. Why would he now turn his back and walk away? I don't believe he did. I believe he was sent in as a spy, as a double agent, if you will, into the camp of the enemy. Now, spoiler alert, we are going to have a spoiler here, so if you don't want to watch that, just mute it for a few minutes and come on back. But in 8.1, Sourfang breaks out of the stockade, and he is again free. But he don't turn and go back to the Horde. He does not return to Sylvanas or to Orgrimmar or any of those areas. He goes on his own way. Okay? And with that being said, I believe it is still part of a greater plan. I believe that he is making it appear to the Alliance that, yes, I am a traitor. I have now turned my back on my people. I've turned my back on my war chief. Okay? Because what better place or what better way to gain footing than to look like a traitor? I've seen many movies, okay, and what do the cops do when they're undercover? They make it look like they was kicked off of a force, or they was dirty, or whatever. Same thing here. Okay, same thing here. I do believe that Sourfang is not an actual traitor, but an undercover operative. Now, I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. Okay, so that's where I stand on that. And what do you guys think? Do you believe that he is a traitor? Do you believe that he is an undercover operative? What? Because coming up in 8.1, again, another spoiler. Coming up in 8.1, we will have choices. Okay, we're going to have some choices that we have to make. And it's not a choice that you can go back later and erase and do it again. Like back in the day, you would choose one faction. Well, let's go back to the, I believe it was Burning Crusades. You could pick the Scryers, and if you didn't like, you had got what you needed from them, or you didn't want to, you could go to the other faction and start earning rep. It would take you longer, but you could still do it. And I believe that's where we stand here. But there's only one big, huge difference. In this instance, you will not have the option to change your mind and just go on about your way. So the choice you make is one that you will live with for quite some time. Now, obviously, if you have alts, you can do it all. Okay. If you have alts, you can and will be able to do it all. You want to be a, on Sour Pang's side with your main, do that. If you don't want to, and you want to be on Sylvanas' side, do that on an alt. Get all of the rewards that way, and that way you see both sides from the ground up. Okay, I may have jumped into something here that going to be hard for me to get out of. Also, guys, be sure to check out the community tab. I don't know if you noticed it, but we do now have access to the community tab on this channel. And with that said, it makes things easier for us to communicate, easier for me to let you know when we are, I'm running late, I won't be able to stream today, or I won't be able to do a video this week, or whatever. I can now post that in the community tab, and you can post your questions to me. And, if there's something you wanted to see a video on, let me know in the community tab so that we can all be on the same page. It does make things easier and definitely will make the channel grow more, I believe. So if you've not already checked it out, be sure to go ahead and take a look. Just go on over to the home page for the channel, and there should be a tab that says community. Click it, go on in, post, let me know what you think. There's a poll there already. Post in it, let me know what you want to see. Hey, by the way, guys, what are your FPS right now? Do you have a pretty decent FPS, or are you one like myself who wish you could get a higher FPS, but you've not been able to so far? Because if you're one of those that needs a higher FPS, you're going to be very, very, very pleasantly surprised with 8.1 when it comes out. Which I don't believe is going to be too awful much longer. I would say probably a few days after, no more than a week after BlizzCon. But for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, we're going to have, I don't know about you, but for example, my computer is a quad core, so I have multiple cores, but in Blizzard games, like WoW at least, up until now, we've only been utilizing one core. It's just the way the game's set up. Okay, where's your TSM sniper guide video? I have a few issues with it, such as sometimes things appear in a biome, and when I checked there, or it was technically the same item but way cheaper. I have the video should be on the channel. If you cannot find it, post to one of the post to the community tab. Let me know that you still cannot find it, and I'll post a link for it. Now, also, Jose, I guess is how the name is pronounced. And if I'm saying your name wrong, please overlook. I'm not trying to butcher your name. be sure to subscribe to the channel. That way you are up to date on anything that's going on. Like I said, we are going to be having BlizzCon live stream here on the channel as things are unfolding with the live event. But for those of you who do not know what I'm talking about with the FPS, if you have 5 cores, okay, I know one of my friends has 8 core processors, and he basically is only utilizing one core, because that's the way that WoW is set up currently. You only are utilizing the one core. But in 8.1, that is all about to change, thankfully. And finally, it all is about to change. So we are going to... And I've come all the way here for nothing. Alrighty. Well, at least I know where the quest is. Let me go ahead and get on out of here. But in 8.1, you will be able to utilize all of your cores. So like myself, I have a quad core. I will be able to utilize all of the cores, and my FPS is going to go up, up, up. Right now on the PTR, I logged in yesterday, I think it was, and my FPS had went up to, I want to say it was almost 110, if I'm not mistaken. It was a lot higher than what it is now on live, and that's simply because the way they have everything processing right now, you're only utilizing the one core. But now, also, guys, if you could,
Some earth elementals
if you've not already,
and are going crazy.
if you've not already subscribed, please do, and be sure to share the channel with your friends. Let them know so they can also subscribe, because the more subscribers I have, then the more ground we gain, and the bigger the channel gets. Now, I know that there's a lot of people who say, well, you know, the channel don't need to get huge, but, you know, I'm here to help out with things that I can find out that you may need, or a way that I can help you, and I can't do that if word don't get out. You know, I'm here to help you, and also, and you know, a lot of people will tell you, oh, I'm not here to make no money. You know, anyone who tells you that they're not on YouTube because they hope to make a little bit of money out of it are pretty well liars. They're lying to you. They are telling you crap that they think you may want to hear, but it's not true. And the reason I can say that is, if you're a YouTuber, there's, you know, it's not as easy as people think. You know, you just hop on, say a few things, and your videos go live, and you know, automatically you're growing. It's not as easy as all that, because you do have to research your videos. You also have to not only research film, but you also have to set aside time out of your day. You have to go ahead and, you know, do footage like, well, what I'm doing here. I'm live, obviously, and I'm playing. So, you know, live footage, if you're live, or videoed, if not. And, you know, there's a lot more goes into it. I would say a typical video for my channel can take up to anywhere from 2 to 4 hours for research, another hour or so for recording, and then editing probably about another hour. So my videos typically are going to take about 6 hours to do from beginning to end. Some of them a lot more, depending upon what the topic is and just how detailed it's going to get.
I need to target something first.
But so, and I'm hope I get this name right. Is it Jose, or am I getting that? Am I totally butchering your name? Okay, so here we go. Try to get these daily world quests done, because you definitely don't want to pace them up. I know if you're like me, for example, I've got a 355 head, a 355 chest, but my shoulders are 340. Now, today I have 2 possibilities of getting the 355 shoulders. And then you obviously start working toward, I think it's 370 and then 385 if I'm not mistaken. Does anybody know right now what the cap is on the item level? Because I've been told by one of my guild mates it was like 410 now, or some number like that, and I want to make sure, because obviously nobody wants to spend hours trying to get to an item level that you're nowhere near. You know what I mean? You know. And also, if any of you need a honor bound reputation, because I know for me, honor bound was the one that I had the most problems with. It was the most annoying one of all. And what I done with it, and this is how I finally got exalted with them and unlocked my Megheart Orc. And that was just go in and go to Kultiris, do every quest that there is. Every quest. No matter what it is, do it. And you'll get a lot of reputation with honor bound. Also, if you are lucky enough, for example here, the Horde War Effort, when you do this and you turn it in, you're automatically going to get 1,500 reputation with honor bound. Now again, guys, and I know I cannot stress this enough, please do be sure to let your friends know that we are going to be live streaming the BlizzCon event. Anything and everything that is World of Warcraft will be live streamed on this channel. So be sure to tell everybody that you know and tune in. Now this will be Friday and Saturday of this weekend. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited to play the WoW Classic demo. I played back in Classic, that's where I started. I started out actually only a few days after the game went live. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. One of my best, all of my best memories come from WoW Classic actually. And I just can't say enough about it. I'm looking forward to it. Now, if you do have access to WoW Classic And by that, I mean if you have a virtual ticket or you have the ability
It's a shame
to
that Azerite is
go
driving the
to the
elements out
live
of control.
event. You know,
More
you're
reason
going
for us to
to
be putting an end to this.
Anaheim, California to the live event. If that is the case, then you definitely want to go ahead and download the server now, or the demo now. That way, when it goes live and you're able to play it on the 2nd and 3rd, you don't have to wait, because I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of people downloading it at that moment. And if that's the case, you're going to have one huge wait period probably in order to download it. So go ahead and get that done now. Go ahead and get ahead of the crowd. Anybody have any questions? Anything you would like to bounce off of me that you want to get my opinion on, or anything you want to see a video on? Let me know in the comments in the live chat here. Started to say comment section below. I guess I've become accustomed to doing the videos. Okay, so
I sense something ominous here. Deal with it before it deals with you.
Go ahead and repair.
Oh, do I have a deal for you? Hurry back!
Okay, so this is not one we can solo, for sure. I found that some of the so-called rares that people try to, kill, they'll say that you need, 15, 20, ever how many. You need a full group, and in all honesty, you don't. Some of them you can do on your own. I know I have been myself. Okay, so only bad part about joining a group is you never know where the other people are. If you notice here on my mini-map, people are scattered all over trying to get to this. And now that he's spawned, we're going to probably get, pretty well owned if we don't get enough people here. Maybe not. Maybe not. William, and have you been playing the game a lot lately? I know you said you work a lot, but I also know that if you're anything like me, you're going to play as much as you can. So I'm just curious about your opinion about the Battle for Azeroth so far, because I've been seeing a ton of people trash talk the expansion totally. I've seen some that have talked nothing but garbage about it and said that it was, the worst expansion they've ever seen, and so on. And personally, I don't feel that way at all. I think it's one of the better expansions that we've had in fact. Okay, so we have a champion of Azeroth here. Do we have any up here? Yes. So, okay, that's going to help me out a lot. And Stone Fist, okay. And anybody who is in live chat here, by all means, be sure to say something. Let me know who I've got.
Yo.
And that way we can pretty well go. Okay. That way we can discuss a few things here, because there's going to be a lot, and I do mean a lot, going on this channel coming very shortly. Like I said, I've been working all day, a few hours at a time, take a break, another few hours, take a break, on multiple videos that will be going live. And they'll be all hitting one a day for the next week or so, including live content from BlizzCon. Now, if you're a classic person, if you feel that you want classic, then you're also going to be very surprised, because I have something coming up for that as well. Only thing I don't like is the fact that you have to wait to be able to fly. You know, William, you're not the only one. I have been wanting to fly since I got in Battle for Azeroth and got my first character to 120. Now, I will say that I honestly, I didn't want to fly until after we hit 120, and at least on the first character. Because if you're flying, well, like for example, right now my character's flying along. If there's anything on this ship here that I need, or that was cool that I should have seen, I'm not going to see that. Why? Because I'm going above head. But I do fully feel that after hitting 120, you know, what's to see? You know, what is there that you need to actually take a look at and see? Why not make it so that we can fly? Okay, that way we can go ahead and get our alts level. Now, also guys, there is a video coming up that I will be releasing. It may be the one I release next. Most likely it will be the one I release next, which will be later on tonight or first thing tomorrow. And in that case, you don't want to miss it if you have any alts to level up, because this video is going to tell you about some very high powered gear and items that you don't want to miss, because these items are going to make it so that you can level any character in record time, and you can do it repeatable anytime you want. And you can do this from this trick from level 1 all the way up, and you'll get probably in the lower levels you'll get about, I want to say, you know, 2 to 3 levels in no time. You know, like 5 to 10 minutes, 2 to 3 levels. In the upper ones, you'll get like a quarter of a level per 5 to 10 minutes. So it is definitely a trick that you are not going to want to miss out on if you have any idea of leveling your alts. And I would highly suggest you get your alts all the way, as many of them as you can, to 110. But you do it in the quickest possible way. And the reason I say this, how many of you used the invasions in Legion to level your alts? I know I did. I mean, it was one of the best methods that there was. You go in, you do a few invasions, or you park, like, if you have 10 alts, you park all 10 of them close. You go, you do it, you come back, switch alts, do it again, and again, and again, and you will get a lot of leveling done, and in a very quick method. Okay, so on up here, and William. Okay, it shows that I have something attacking me, but I don't see anything. Oh, okay. I guess that's odd. Melted into the ground there at first. William, have you been... Do you have, I should say, your Pathfinder 1 already done? And it would be glitched. Oh well. Because I know a lot of people that, for example, one of my guildmates, he's been complaining, you know, hey, man, I can't wait to fly, I can't wait to fly. And, well, have you done the
nearby.
Pathfinder 1? No, I've not done it yet. I'm waiting. Well, you know, why wait? You know? Why wait? Go do what you got to do. And I was just curious if you are one who's already done it, or if you're waiting, or where you stand on this. Okay, so we have quite a few people here to do this World Quest. I guess everybody's like I am. I use invasions as well on 9 characters. Hey, nothing wrong with that, my friend. You do what you got to do, and you use any method possible. You know. I know that in Legion, that was one of my big things. I enjoyed it. It was quick. It was easy, and it made it so that I could get more alts leveled in a very quick time. And William, just out of curiosity, do you plan to play the Legion servers, or not Legion servers? Yeah, Legion. It's been one of them weeks, guys. I just gotta say, it's been one of them weeks. Do you plan to play Classic when it comes out, or are you going to steer clear? I've seen some people say they have no interest in playing it whatsoever, while others seem to be looking forward to it in a very big way. Okay, great. I'm glad to see you're not one of the ones who, as they say, procrastinates and waits till the last minute. I want flying bad. Hate walking and running. Hey, you and me too, Kelly. Hey, Yuri, how's it going? It's going Pretty good here, my friend. It's been a rough couple weeks. Like I've said, my father-in-law, he's been in the hospital. Now we find out that my nephew on my wife's side of the family is back in the hospital again. He already lost part of his foot, and they have him in, is what we was told, for another procedure as we speak, and we have no idea what that procedure is for. It could be to finish taking the rest of the foot, or even the leg, because at this point nobody knows. And Yuri, if this is your first time here, I believe I've seen you before, and if I make a mistake and I don't remember you for some reason, just hopefully you can overlook it. It's just been a couple bad, rough weeks, and it's hard to remember everything. You know, I don't know. I'm by far not in my 20s, and if I had my choice, I would be playing Classic right now. I love Classic. It's something that takes me back to my good old days, as we say. It was where I started, and in all honesty, it will probably be where I camp out a lot when Classic goes live. And Yuri, again, if this is your first time or not, either way, glad to see you. If you have not already subscribed, please be sure to do that.
I need a target.
Well, then, installed your Classic. Was the best when it was all new, and now it's not new, it's just re-release of old Warcraft. Hope there is something new to it, because then I might play. Hey, definitely, William, I do understand that. And yes, you're right, Yuri. Definitely family first. That's always been my method. And you know, I had one of my friends say, "Well, you've not been making videos the way you usually do. What about your channel? Don't you care anymore?" Yes, I definitely care. You know, I mean, this is something that means a lot to me. You guys mean a lot to me. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. I mean, why would I make videos if I didn't care? But at the same time, I also have to take care of, as they say, take care of business with my family, and that is always going to come first. Okay, so what is this thing? Shows it's a world quest here, but it disappears on me when I get close. 39, I tell you, this is, hold on. I'm 39, and I tell you this, I quit the grind that was Final Fantasy to play WoW back in BC, and I'm a subber. Hey, great. I'm glad to hear it, Erie, and I do appreciate everything. Okay, wow. I don't think I've done this. Maybe I have. But, yeah, I started back in 2004 on, I believe it was December, I think December 1 or so. So it was all new. I've always enjoyed the game. You know, it's something I've always enjoyed. And I'm not going to lie to you, a lot of people talk trash about, you know, how the Warlords of Draenor was the worst patch we've ever had, and I'm not going to say it was a great one, you know, the worst expansion. I'm definitely not going to sit here and tell you that, oh, you know, Warlords of Draenor was the best, because it wasn't. You know, it had its problems. But each and every expansion that we have has also had its problems. I mean, to me, I loved Legion. Thought it was a great expansion. Absolutely loved it, and played multiple characters through the same content. But there was many people who would tell you how bad Legion was. You know, Legion was garbage. It was horrible. You know, so I guess it's, as they say, to each their own. And you know what, Erie, and again, I hate. I hope I'm not butchering your name, but I've had several people tell me, "Oh man, you shouldn't be playing games. You're in your 40s and you're here playing video games." Well, you know what? It's what I enjoy, and it's what I'm going to do. As long as I enjoy something, I'm not going to just walk away from it because somebody else they don't pay for my game time. They don't pay for my internet. They don't. They're not the ones who, as the old saying goes, they're not the boss of me. But so I'm not going to just walk away because they don't like the idea that I'm in my 40s and playing the game. You know, who cares? You know, what does a number that says, you know, you've been on this earth this long, what does that have to do with it? To me, nothing. To me, it's just, you know, it don't. I don't know if I want to play classic unless they have quality of life things like place fixes up to par and dual spec, because leveling as a holy paladin in BC was hard. Well, you know, and I'm going to be doing a video on this, on the quality of life, and I've had a ton of people talk about how they want the quality of life changes. Okay, and that's, as they say, that's all well and fine, but then there's also a lot of people who would prefer it to be, you know, the way it was back then. For example, I have one person told me, you know, I'll play Classic, but I can't wait to do Battle Pass in Classic. Well, Classic don't have Battle Pass, you know. And you tell them this, and they're like, "Oh man, well I just won't play then." Well, you know, I mean, it is what it is, but and I do understand what you're saying. You know, you would like some of the changes to make it not so hard to level. Hey, some men like cars, some men like building a train set. I like video games. Exactly, my friend. Exactly. Hey, I have no problems shouting to the top of my voice to let anybody know I am a gamer. I like to play games. If they are great with that, fan-freaking-tastic. If not, oh well. You know, I mean, it is what it is. And that is one of my favorite sayings lately. And I was at a friend's house, and I know that I only have a couple of minutes on the actual time that I had set, but you know, if I go over a little bit, no big deal. I was at a friend's house, and he had a comedy, and I forget even who the comedian was, and this dude kept on saying, "It is what it is. It is what it is." And you know, that's, I guess, my new philosophy in life. If you like what I do, great. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for me, because maybe you'll subscribe to the channel if you like it, you know. But if you don't like it, then I can't come to your house and beat you over the head in order to make you subscribe or like the channel or whatever. But that, I guess, is my new philosophy. It is what it is. Now, this is a sad fact. A chest. Big old chest here. And can't even open it up. That's not nice. But, yeah, definitely I agree with you on that, Erie. You know, I don't understand some people. For example, one of the quality of life changes that this one guy wanted was heirlooms. He wanted heirlooms so that he could play and melt through the 1 to 60 process and start raids. Yeah. I mean, heirlooms just was not available back then. And I don't know if they'll make it available now. If they do, then, you know, as they say, it is what it is.
The Dark Lady
but
will be pleased.
Quite frankly, I don't know if they will. Now, you know, personally, I preferred, and I honestly enjoyed the leveling process that we had back in the day, because I'll never forget, I started out as a druid. An alliance druid, beat it all. Which, as you know, back in the day, if you was playing an alliance druid, what did you have to play? Night elf. Okay, that was it. Night elf. So I played a night elf. I got all the way up to, I think it was level 10. And then a friend of mine, he was playing the Horde, and he said, oh wow, man, you ain't gonna believe this. And he was telling me about some of the things that he was doing on his side, and I was like, wow, you know, that is pretty cool. So when he did, I switched over. I started playing the Horde, and I tried to tell myself, oh, you know, it's only temporary. I'll be back to the Alliance. Nope, not been back full time since. Now, I do play occasionally. I have some that are, I think, I have 1 or 2 110s and a few that are 100. But Horde is my primary. You know, I mean, I'm not going to beat around the bush. Like I said, been one of them weeks. Right now, it feels like one of them years. But I'm not going to beat around the bush. I've always been a Horde player mostly. Now, also, Yuri, how do you? What are your thoughts about the way BFA's unfolding? Do you like what you see, or are you one that feels that they released it a little too early? Because that's something I've been hearing from different players. You know, they released it early. They didn't have it fully ready, and so on. Okay, so let's see. Great. Okay, and I don't know about you guys, but I always try to get my emissary quest done as quick as I can. Especially, like, it's been so busy lately. I've been running around like a chicken with my head cut off, as they say, trying to get everything done, trying to get ready for BlizzCon. I've got an order that I placed where I'm trying to get a new green screen, because I don't know if you've ever done any kind of YouTube videos, but this, in order to make all the background disappear, I'm using a green screen, and it just makes it easier. I think Blizzard needed 2 more months, and beta definitely would have been a good thing. Hey man, how's it going? DefHead69. I ain't seen you in a while. How you been doing? I love World of Warcraft every way and I really love the lore in the game, and I always will. You know, Kelly, that's something that I am looking to make some videos about. And I touched on a few lore-based videos a few months ago, actually. Now, wow, it don't seem like that. But I did touch on some lore-based videos back then. And I'm thinking about doing some more. Is there any specific type of lore that you would like to see a video on? Okay. Got my hippo following behind me here. Deathhead, where you been, man? How's it going? And hey, I definitely understand that, man. And in case you didn't already hear, I will be doing live stream of BlizzCon here on the channel. So anything that has to do with World of Warcraft, you can definitely see the coverage here on the channel.
Something drawing a great deal of power
I
from
play
it.
on
You
Thrall.
need to stop it.
Oh wow, okay, this is gonna be an easy one. Once it respawns. Oh. Sorry about this, guys. I don't mean to yawn on you, but like I said, it's been busy. Okay, so drop down and in. Hey, good. Got a bunch of people in here already killing it. Makes it easier on me. I play on Thrall. But, oh, Deathhead. Are you going to be playing the
I sense the power returning to Azeroth already.
WoW Classic servers when they go live? Because if you are, you definitely want to stick around, because when it becomes available, I am going to be playing during the downtime. I will be playing the demo and showing what it's about. So let's see here. Home server is Area 52. And I've been hearing a lot of people talk about Area 52. Was that one that used to be, and I know that none of them are now, but wasn't that a PvP server originally? We don't have Alliance players. They are like unicorns. You hear about them but never see one. Hey man, that's like a heaven send, you know?
Goodbye.
Okay, so
Greetings, traveler. How may I aid
okay,
you?
so
May the eternal sun shine upon you. Well met.
well,
Be careful.
there we go, warping.
Greetings.
You would think they would mark them on the map a little bit easier. If I do play Classic, it will be to make twinks. I miss the low-level twink BGs. Hey, that's always a good thing. You know, and I can't believe I'm going to say this. I always did enjoy the Alterac Valley Battlegrounds. Always did. Now, yes, they sometimes could take hours and hours and hours and hours. In fact, I remember one that I was in that had like, I want to say 8.5 hours to complete. But it was awesome. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And Yuri and Deathhead and anyone else in here but may not have been in the chat when I mentioned this before, we are going to be getting an increase of your frames per second coming in 8.1. The way we're going to do that is, let's say you have a quad core. Previously, you was only utilizing one core. One. And that's, that one core was what was giving you your frames per second. Okay, it was not like all of the cores was working hand in hand. Nothing like that. But in Classic, or PTR right now, the way they got everything set up, they are going to be introducing a new setup where you'll be utilizing all of your cores and making it 10 times more FPS. My FPS on the PTR went upwards of 100, 110-ish. So it definitely made things easier.
McGraw. Strength.
And I've already went over my amount of time I had set aside for this. And guys, I hate to do it, but I am going to go ahead and close out the live stream in 5 minutes. So if anyone has any questions, any comments, by all means, be sure to pop them up now, and I'll be sure to answer those before we close the chat, or before we close the live stream rather. And that way we can go ahead and end this on a positive note.
Do you feel
Now,
a change
again,
in the
be
wind?
sure to tell all your friends about the channel. If any of you have not already subscribed, be sure to
Look
go ahead
to
and
the
do that
skies.
now. It would be a great help. And there's the shoulders, guys, that I was wanting. Absolutely fantastic. I tried to do this the other day to get the shoulders, and of course, and I put the helmet back on. Okay, where are they? Well, if I can find the darn things. Huh. There they are. And let's see, is this bow better than mine? Okay. But, like I said, guys, any questions that you may have, let me know now. And I'll be more than happy to answer them for you before I close out. This is by far one of my most favorite world quests. You run down the little scamps and take the scroll away from them, I guess, is the way that they're doing it. Okay, so I have, and I'm not sure if it's on one of my videos or not, but someone had more or less posted a comment that the most important thing to know about undead is if they are after. Let's check this out. Okay, so somebody. Okay. The human centipede. Never heard of it, guys. What's it about? Obviously a big centipede, right? So, how many of you are working toward getting your 5 million gold mount? And guys, we'll be closing the live stream now. That's going to wrap it up for this live stream. If you did miss a portion of it, by all means be sure to go back and watch it on playback. It will be available probably the way Blizzard, or the way that they do on YouTube, is it takes about 45 minutes to an hour for it to go be able to be played back. But be sure to watch it on playback if you've not watched the whole thing. But alright guys, hopefully I'll see you here on the channel on Friday, because I will not be going anywhere other than right here to do a live stream for you guys on Friday and Saturday. So definitely be sure to stick around for that.
Step closer and don't mumble.
4 battleground matches. Okay, I can do that
Not
one later.
everything in the ocean is as good looking.
And guys, until then, take care. Not me, but 5 million for a mount is way too much. You know, I'll go ahead and respond to that real quick. A lot of people say the same thing, and at first I thought, there's no way I'm going to give 5 million gold. No way, it ain't going to happen for a mount. But if you're a person who plays the auction house a lot, it is worth it, because rather than you having to go back, you can have it right there with you. But until next time, see you guys later. Have a great day and enjoy.